That would be worse. My father used to say, when you try and get something for nothing, you often end up getting nothing for something.
Yeah. So what sort of social safety net should there be then? Or do you not think that there should be? And this may be the difference between a small L libertarian and a classical liberal.
I think most classical liberals will feel the way I feel, and that is that the safety net should be provided by other individuals, not by government, but by churches, nonprofits. One of the things that Alexis de Tocqueville wrote about in Democracy in America were all of these, what were called mutual aid societies that were set up. This is before Social Security, before Medicare, before Medicaid. And believe it or not, a black person living in Chicago in the 1920s and 1930s was more likely to have health care insurance than a white person because he joined these mutual aid societies that provided that.
My parents are still married 40 some odd years. I just went back to my childhood home in New York, and for the first time, I think I saw a little more tangibly what you were talking about. To go to my parents' house, to feel that it was the same place that I grew up in, the same community that I was part of. I visited family, friends, and some relatives that were nearby. And it did feel like it connected me to something that was important. It's sort of an ephemeral thing. It's something that's not quite tangible, but something that's important that does, it lays your roots, so to speak, and that you can sort of figure out who you are from that. Is that really what you're talking about with the family? That it's not just that there's a breadwinner, but something else, something that's sort of bigger than that, that really can lay out what a life is supposed to be.
Absolutely. It's not just an additional check, as you pointed out. It's also being a role model, watching your father get up, go to work when he doesn't feel like it, watching him live up to his responsibilities. And, you know, the three arguably biggest leaders in this country, black leaders in this country, are Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, and Louis Farrakhan. And all of them had difficult,
Man, that's
if
a
not,
trio, huh?
all of them had difficult, if not non-existent relationship with their own fathers. Jesse Jackson's mother was a teenager who was impregnated by the married man who lived next door. And when Jesse Jackson was raised in South Carolina, kids taunted him. Jesse ain't got no daddy, Jesse ain't got no daddy, because that's how rare it was in those days to be raised without a father. Al Sharpton had a nice middle class life until his father abandoned the family and then down to the ghetto. And in the case of Farrakhan, his mom was estranged from her husband, had a boyfriend, took back up with the husband, got pregnant, didn't want the boyfriend to know, and tried to abort Louis Farrakhan with a coat hanger. So all three of these men, in my opinion, have deep psychological issues because of a lack of relationship with their own fathers. And that is one of the reasons why, in my opinion, they're so angry despite the fact that things have gotten so much better in terms of race relations in this country.
So basically, they can't let go of that pain. I mean, not to fully psychoanalyze them,
Right.
but they're dealing with a personal pain that is extremely painful, for sure. And they can't let go of that pain, so now they're kind of projecting it onto the rest of us via politics.
In